It's race day, so what we gotta do is I just filled up with gas, the gas that my car is tuned on, and now we're gonna head to Airdrie Air Park, which is about 30 minutes away. Hopefully I'll make it before the gates open so we can kind of get in line, because as the novice we can walk the track as much as we want. We can go check it out. So I'll probably take you along there, but I don't know how much I can record. I know when I'm doing my course marshalling, I can't take you guys along, no cameras, no phones. So I won't take you along there, but I do have a braking routine in my race. So we will try to keep you up to date as much as possible, but this is gonna be a good video. We got the GoPro, we got some people recording, so stay tuned. Oh cool, just a cart. So they're letting people in, so I think we're almost good to go. Well, we're in an airport. There's planes literally everywhere. But I have no idea where I'm going, and they kind of just, I think, assumed that I've done this before because they didn't even check my helmet, but we're good. We'll just keep on going. It's rough too, but look at that. So I have no idea where we're going, what we're doing. We're just following this guy because I think this guy knows where to go. Okay, this is pretty cool. I'm driving on a runway right now. And we're at the track. So I've done my work, so I was just corner marshalling, so if anyone hit a cone, reported and put it back. And now I'm on my rest, had some lunch, and we're about to get ready. So main things I want to check is obviously fluids. I want to fill up my pressure to 40 psi because there's a couple super guys here running much faster cars than me. They recommend around 40 with this kind of tire, so that's what we're gonna do. But first we got to put up the GoPro so we can actually see what's going on after. As I said before, this is my first autocross event, so I wasn't really sure what the plan was and how it all went along. So as you can tell, this video is probably a little hectic, and then in all that hecticness, I actually forgot to stop recording on between runs, so I actually don't have GoPro footage from the second run, so there's also that. But I'm just gonna give a little overview of how we got here and what is going on right now as we sit here and wait for my turn to go on the track. So as I said, I did my work period, which meant I was corner marshalling and all that fun stuff. And then I got my rest period, which I had my lunch, and then I prepped to go on grid. On grid is to the right of where I am right now, and it's where all the cars actually line up and we get ready to go ahead and race. This also means you can check your air, write down any logbooks, and record your time after your first run. Everything was moving so fast and I didn't really know what was going on, so what I did is I didn't really do a lot of recording on grid, which I will do next time. But what you do is you go ahead, check your tires, make sure your car is warmed up, and then the grid helper will go ahead and get you in line. And then as you saw, I get up to the cones, you go to the far left because you want to be in the most efficient line possible, and then you wait for the actual starter to go ahead and tell you it's your turn. And here I go. see when I pulled in, I didn't really know what was going on just because it was my first time, as I said. But what you usually do is you go ahead, you pull in, you check your air temperatures because they're going to be a little bit higher. You usually drain a little bit of air, and then you record your time and let your engine cool off. So right now I didn't know what was going on, but by the end of it, I did have quite a good plan. And then you wait, watch the other cars go ahead, and repeat all again 2 more times in that heat. While we are waiting for this one, I will talk through my previous run, which was actually my first run. I somehow forgot to record my second run. As I said, it was all just really hectic, and it was a lot of stuff that I just wasn't used to. So my first run, I actually wanted to take it a little bit slower, just figure out the course. So as you can tell throughout the recordings, I got faster and faster every time. Of course, I wasn't out there to break any records because there's plenty of faster Subarus, and I was also just running open class. But even just getting a feel for a car was absolutely amazing. It's nice to be able to actually go ahead and put the car to the test and see what your modifications did. The car stuck really well, and actually I stiffened up the dampening, so it didn't actually have a lot of body roll. I think really the best thing to get me driving faster is just driver mods. I just got to get a little more seat time. And just like that, we got back on the track for the last round in this heat. As I said, I was just driving a little bit faster, a little bit harder, as I knew the track, I knew what side of the cones I had to be on, and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. That was very high flipping.
But even then, in the moment, you just
And there we go, we did our first autocross, guys. So I forgot to turn the GoPro on one, but we got some good footage. Anyways, now we're gonna go up, go see some other cars, and I'm gonna record that as we walk up there and see what else we can find before we do our second round of track time. So here comes the car that I rode in. It is fast. And here's the same Subaru with the same mods, just in black. Not every day you can just cruise on a runway. So now we're just heading back. As you saw, my GoPro died, so we have some outside footage and some inside footage. Definitely gonna be bringing more batteries or a charger or whatever, but I will catch you guys in the garage with Project Daily, and we can do a little bit of a debrief, go over some things I learned and whatever, but we gotta get off this runway because the airport's open in 15 minutes. And there we go. We're home and it's time to talk about the autocross. So first of all, that was so much fun. Second of all, wear more sunscreen. But yeah, that was so much fun. And perfect car for this. It gripped up amazingly. So some of the stuff that I went through during the process was checking tires, like on grid and stuff. I didn't know exactly what the process was, so I wasn't filming very much. I'll maybe film some more next time when we go, because we are going next time, because that was awesome. Lots of fun, lots of putting the car to good use and actually doing what it's meant to be used for and actually using it. But other than that, everything performed well. The only thing is the track was set up so that we were pretty much top end of second gear, but you don't want to shift into third because it wastes like a second. So you're kind of just sitting top end, and a lot of times you're kind of bouncing off rev limiter. I wasn't too much, but some of the faster Subarus were. I thankfully wasn't as much. There's a couple spots I did, and you guys will see that. As I said though, my GoPro died, so I only have the first couple runs of internal footage, and then I have a bunch of video from different cameras that people were there and some photos and whatever. And make sure you're following my car Instagram, because that one will actually have a lot of photos. But other than that, the car performed amazingly. We didn't rub anywhere. People were saying, oh no, you're gonna rub. Oh, never mind. I did, but just barely, so that's good. And then we wore these tires in pretty good, because these are our compounds, and when you're running them like that, they do get used quite a bit. But they performed really well. Oh, there's still more. But definitely see how you can run through them really quickly. But yeah, if I'm getting new tires eventually, I'll be getting these, because they're super grippy, super fun, and lots of traction. But other than that, wheels performed well, suspension performed well, the engine performed well. Only thing is keep on adding power, I guess. Those cars were like a full 20 seconds faster than me at some points, and that's just because, well, they have 500, and they also have a much better driver mod. They've driven a lot longer. But yeah, that was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed all that footage that we got. And as I said, it's kind of disorganized just because of the way I wanted to kind of figure out how this went. So then next time I go, hopefully with Adrian and David, so we can get some more people out there, we can record a little bit more, because I know the flow. I didn't even know we did 2 rounds of that, where they actually sometimes change up the course. And that's where you see the big winding corner that we did on the second round. That's where I topped out on second gear, but yeah. I'm going to unload the car and maybe start going through some of the footage and seeing how I can improve. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. There's going to be plenty more, so make sure you're subscribed. And as always, peace out and stay humble.